All right. Please be connected to the internet. I think we're good. I think we're live. All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of In the Loop with Krissi from Positively Osceola. That's me. The date is March 2nd. It is Wednesday at 6 p.m. And tonight I have a really fun interview planned, and we are going to be chatting with Ansley Bo, Miss Silver Spurs herself from the Silver Spurs Rodeo. And she is going to be talking about all things that have to do with the pageant that's coming up in June. So if you want to know more, keep watching. If you have questions, pop them in the comments. You could follow Miss Silver Spurs on Facebook. You could follow them on Instagram. Ansley's also on Facebook and Instagram too. So if you want more information, then keep on watching because we're going to give you everything you're going to need to know about the upcoming pageant for the Silver Spurs in June. Let's see who's saying hi. Mike Burgess said live. Yes, we are live. Thank you for letting me know that the internet is working because sometimes it's not and it's very stressful. So, okay, let's get into it. Let's make it official and let's go. All right, so as you can see, this is another episode of In the Loop with Krissi from Positively Osceola. That's me. I'm here to bring you information that informs, impacts, and inspires, and that's what Positively Osceola is here to do. So I'm excited to be interviewing today Ansley Bo, Miss Silver Spurs from the Silver Spurs Rodeo. We're going to be talking about all things pageant, so if you're interested, then keep on watching. And here, let me just add her to the stream. Hello, how are you, Ansley?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited to be chatting with you again. It was so nice to see you at the rodeo and the fair, all the things that you were doing. Now, I know you were showing hogs too, right? Like,
Yes,
how
ma'am.
did that go for you?
I had a very great year, and I'm so blessed for my great year because hard work really does pay off. And I'm just so proud of our community this past weekend. I feel like everyone did a fantastic job, and it was just a really great year for all of us.
So fun. So fun. Okay, good. So let's get into the pageantry and all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of us don't know about. So first things first, you mentioned that the whole community basically comes together and they do amazing things with the pageant. And let's just start from the beginning. A, how do you get into it? B, what does it mean? And like to have the title, like tell me all the things.
Getting into it, it's really just like based off your interests. So, like for me, I was interested in rodeo and I was interested in this lifestyle. So I just went and I did it, and I just accomplished my little goal of doing something out of my comfort zone, and I really, really liked it. And you never really know like about this industry or what it takes to be a rodeo queen until you actually do it. Um, it's just a very humbling experience, and I just love everything about like our pageant specifically because I grew up in it. And there's a lot of work that goes into being a rodeo queen. There definitely is. But all the work, it pays off, and it's really great because once you win this title, you know that you worked really hard for it and that all your hard work is paying off. And having this title, you get to represent agriculture and the rodeo industry. And not only that, you get to impact your community in so many ways, and you get to travel to represent the greatest sport on dirt.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And I love that you have so many cool opportunities. Like in this picture, who are you standing next to?
This is Haley Fredrickson. This is the 2022 Miss Rodeo America. She just won her title in December, and we were so blessed to have her here in Florida for the week for Rodeo Week. She's the sweetest and most beautiful person ever, and I just had a really great time with her. And I think she had a great experience here too.
Oh, absolutely. And this is something that is maybe going to be a stepping stone for you in your future, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Hopefully.
Yeah. So you're Miss Silver Spurs now. What's the next step if you want to go to Miss Rodeo America?
So there are actually many pageants that you can compete in, but me specifically, I think I'm going to run for Miss Teen Radio Florida in September. So
Okay.
if I do win that, then I'll go on and I'll be the 2023 Miss Teen Radio Florida. And then after that, I may take a couple years off and take a break. And then I plan to run for Southeastern Circuit Queen and then Miss Rodeo Florida. And then from there, I can go on to Miss Rodeo America.
Dang. Okay, so you have lots of different steps to get there, but you
Yes,
already
ma'am.
know the path.
Yes.
Hey, I love it. Hey, Mike Burgess says this bow is awesome. Well, they all are, but this one is pretty top notch. Thanks, Mike. We appreciate the compliments. And so you had a pretty busy week. You said you went to Wild Florida. You got to go to Gatorland. This is obviously a very cool opportunity with these huge alligators behind you.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to represent such a brand, such a role model experience for young women? Like, what does it mean to you?
If I'm being honest, I can't really put it into words because of how much it does mean to me, because rodeo and agriculture have been my passion my whole life, and there's just no way to put into words how much it does mean to me because I love impacting the community, I love doing these events, I love public speaking and meeting like Queen Week. I love meeting all those beautiful queens, every title I've ever had. And in this picture, obviously this is one of my like greatest accomplishments because being able to carry our American flag in my hometown rodeo in the arena that built me for one of the last times, like it is just an awesome experience. And I'm so blessed that I'm able to do this.
You're so cute. You're so humble too. Who taught you how to be like that?
It just comes with being in this industry. I feel like almost everyone in this industry is humble with themselves because we all just work together and we're all just one big community, and you can't be humble unless you like really work for what you have, and impacting and inspiring others is also a great way. And it just having this crown is just a humbling experience. I wouldn't think of it any other way because of all the opportunities I'm given.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so you mentioned that applications were supposed to be put in yesterday. So let's say that I am someone who is young and this is going to be like my first time with any type of pageant ever. So my application is in. What's the next steps after that?
So we have our first orientation meeting this Sunday where we get to meet all the contestants, and I'm very excited for the group of girls coming up. I know they're all going to be great candidates. And then from there, we do like clinics. So there's a clinic in April where we'll practice modeling, speeches, interview, on-stage questions. And then for Miss and Junior, we'll also have horsemanship practices, and we'll do a couple clinics like that up until the pageant. And then the week before the pageant, we have practices every single night where they can practice their speeches, on-stage questions they'll be asked in interviews, test questions, because there's also a written test too. There's a lot that goes into our pageant. That's what I love so much about the Spurs pageant is how much we prepare for it. We will not let the girls compete unless like we will prepare them before they compete. So if you're new, there's nothing really to worry about. We're all so friendly. We're all so happy you're running for our pageant because you're the next and future generation of agriculture and the rodeo industry. And we're so grateful that you're encountering this experience and just the friends and memories you'll make throughout all of these practices and all of this time for the pageant is amazing. And I promise, like, even if you don't win or get a title, you'll walk away with something. And I feel like that's what's so great about our Spurs pageant.
Oh gosh. So you're not only, trying something that's new and different, but you're also creating a community of support around you. Even
Yeah.
if you don't win, this is still like a huge step in, getting into it and
Yes.
having someone there to kind of guide you through it and a whole group of girls who have done it before. That's really helpful.
Yes, and everyone always starts somewhere, and you always have to remember that too. So there's always, no matter what, like even for me, I'm going to learn something new this year, probably, because every time you go to these practices and stuff, you'll always learn something new and be like, oh man, I didn't really know that. So just being able to do this, and like for all the girls who are new, like please don't be scared if you're watching this. Like take it from me, I was you too when I was little 8-year-old running. I didn't win my first year, and that didn't stop me because I loved it so much and I loved the pageant that I wanted to keep going. Like I was driven to keep going. So I'm just going to take that into consideration because this pageant is truly once in a lifetime, and I feel like everyone is going to love it, and I'm so excited for this year.
Yay. So even if I don't know the answers to the questions and I am not sure what the interviews are going to be like and speeches, y'all help with all of that?
Yes, ma'am. So every night, like at our practices, we have stations set up and we do rotations of stations. So we practice modeling on stage, then we'll like throw out random questions. And then there's like a specific station that's just rodeo questions that we ask the contestants. And it's like the same ones. Like, we're not going to ask you questions, and we give you them like a little packet too that has all the rodeo information that the judges will ask from. And obviously, you can do like some outside research. Like, I would suggest doing that too. But we prepare you for everything, like speeches, questions, anything in between, modeling, interviews. We do it all, and that's what I love so much about this pageant, because we will prepare you. And like, even if you don't know stuff at the first clinic, that's okay. You're new, and like everyone's gonna be like nervous or anxious, but with time and with all these practices, you will get better. I promise. Take it from me. I promise you will get better, and you will be prepared enough for this pageant. And I stand by that.
Yeah, you're fully confident that that
Yes,
is something that will happen. I think that that's wonderful.
yes.
Okay. So who then decides, I guess, on are there judges
Yes.
or
So, typically, for our pageant, there's three panels of judges, and someone on our committee, I'm pretty sure, picks the judges.
okay, okay. And are they like local people or are they from
No,
out?
ma'am. So, well, typically they're not local people. They take people from like out of state. Like one of my judges was actually from Florida, and then there was one. She was the Miss Rodeo Mississippi too. So they can be from wherever. It just depends on like their qualities and like how they qualify.
Gotcha. There's so much to learn. I think that that's so interesting. So, can you tell me a little bit of the history of how it started and how women started coming into the rodeo? Not just barrel racing, but this portion of it. Like, how did that all start? Do you know?
So part of it is that they were involved like with the building of the Silver Spurs Rodeo, and then I'm pretty sure they just really wanted to like be more involved, so they created this pageant that like had horsemanship and modeling and speeches. So it really just like represented rodeo because they wanted someone to represent rodeo like as a women and public figure.
Huh, I love that. I love being able to kind of have this history of where women started and now where they are. And you're representing a huge accomplishment for your own age and just a title in general. So I think that is so fun and so positive. So thank you for sharing all that
Yes,
information.
of course.
How can we invite the audience that's watching to come to the pageant? Like what information should they have or where can they go to find out more info?
To find out more info, you can always go to thesilverspursrodeo.com and then click on the Miss Silver Spurs tab, or I will always be posting on Facebook and Instagram or my personal accounts as well, so you can follow those. But the pageant is June 2nd at 6 p.m. in the Silver Spurs Arena, and it's going to be a really great experience, and I want all of you guys to come out and support these girls because they all work really hard, and it's so great to see all of these girls doing what they love. And horsemanship is the night before, so it'll be on June 1st, and it's also in Silver Spurs, so you can come out to that too and watch these girls show off their horsemanship abilities. And then we'll close out the weekend with the rodeo with the new queens on Friday and Saturday. And at the pageant, you will also see me, Bailey, and Harper do our farewell speech, and we'll also have a farewell horsemanship pattern as well. So come out, see us, see the new contestants, and see how well all their hard work is paying off.
So, what is it going to be like for you to pass on the title, pass on the crown? What does that mean to you?
Well, I'm very humble about it, but I'm also upset. I'm very excited and upset, kind of upset on the same time. I'm just upset because that I've been in this pageant for 10 years and this is the last title I can hold in this pageant. Like, I will still be on the committee and I will still help out wherever I'm needed because I love this industry so much, but it'll be a very touching and bittersweet moment, just like this past rodeo weekend was. It was my last rodeo in the Spurs as a Spurs queen.
Wow.
So this is the last title I can hold at Spurs, but I will still help out wherever I'm needed. But I'm also very excited because this will open up new doorways for me in the future.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. So as you heard, you can follow her on Miss Silver Spurs on Facebook, Instagram, on her own personal accounts, or for more information, you can go to silverspursrodeo.com and click on Miss Silver Spurs. Get all the information that you could possibly need because this is going to be a blast and a really fun opportunity for girls all over. And Ansley, thank you for sharing all that information with us and for being here with us tonight.
Yes, ma'am, of course. I hope to see everyone at the rodeo and the pageant.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you in June. All right. So this has been another episode of In the Loop with Krissi from Positively Osceola and Ansley Bo, Miss Silver Spurs. And we are so excited to see you in June for the pageant and the Silver Spurs Rodeo. So we will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Ansley, thanks for coming on.
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Bye, everybody.